Finally arriving in Puerto Escondidos, it took about 3 hours for us to arrive at our destination. Our Airbnb was spectacular. We were on the 4th floor. We had our own personal pool, and about as well as being able to see the scenery. Because we arrived around 5 p.m., wanted to catch the sunset right next to the beach, there was a restaurant that was open. I ended up drinking a coconut water with rum alongside with seafood such as aguas chiles and fish tacos, which were so good. In each beach town, there is a small little strip, and each strip is very unique and has anything that can range from bars to parties, clubs, boutiques. I ended up going to take a dip onto our pool, and the water wasn't that cold, and I was able to see the moon, which is just I just felt like a mermaid throughout all this entire trip. But alas, we went to sleep early so we could do our next activity at 6 a.m. We went on a boat ride at 6 a.m. We had to wake up and catch the mammals, sea mammals. Today is the actual day that I'm gonna be an activity that has been on my bucket list since I was a kid. Still trying to wake up, and I'm still trying to myself prepared of all this because I only had a couple hours of sleep. I can't explain how I feel right now. We're waiting for our boat to arrive and for us to get docked in. The entire ride took about 45 minutes to get to the coordinates that we were supposed to be at, and we were able to see a whale. Then a couple of pods of dolphins, and that the waters were choppy, so some of the movement will be slightly off. Later on in the evening, we went to do a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Also, you guys, this is probably one of the most prettiest beaches that I've ever been, because the water was so clear, and this is something I did not expect. So this activity was something I was really looking forward here in Puerto Escondidos, is to basically release baby sea turtles. I cannot wait. This is something I really wanted to do, and I'm glad I'm doing it with a group of friends that I'm with. This is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. To participate in sending off the baby turtles onto the ocean, it was a $5 donation. We waited in line. There was 2 groups. She also gave us some insightful information about these specific turtles. Once we waited in line, they gave us a basket of a bunch of turtles, and it was probably one of them. This experience was just so wholesome and so unique, and I just wanted to take all the baby turtles home with me. However, they were so cute, and they were also newborns as well. The turtle that I had, I named her Stacy. Seeing her run off to the ocean was just, I wanted to cry so bad because I just wanted to keep her, but of course it's just not possible. That's just my nurturing side when it comes down to animals, and I highly recommend this experience. This is such a wonderful experience. It's such a good cause, guiding a turtle and helping them to live their life onto the ocean. However, the downside of this experience, there are seagulls that are roaming around the shore and trying to eat them. It is the downside of it, but you do have to remember it is a circle of life. Well, one thing I enjoy about traveling is just having different experiences. Each experience while traveling is always so different, even if you go ahead and visit the same city, or even the same country. And so thus far, to places where it's very tropical was a bit strange. Celebrating my birthday while it's still like in a tropical climate, because I usually like enjoying my birthday around winter time and when it's raining. I even heard that in LA it was raining all week, so it was like, well, I missed it, but also I'm so glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm with my friends, people that I care about, new friends that I'm making, and it's been so far chill. I mean, I've been drinking a lot of pina coladas too, so it's just like, I normally don't drink, so when I do drink, it's like more for socializing or celebration. Going on that turtle excursion and like releasing them onto the ocean was such a wholesome experience that it's a once in a lifetime experience, and I'm very blessed to have done that. And I'm just beyond in awe and enamored by this experience, seeing whales, seeing dolphins, seeing a baby almost holding a baby turtle, but also seeing a turtle, seeing an older turtle like out in the wild in the ocean, and just being on a boat and just going to the ocean further away from the shore. I just felt a sense of freedom. This is like the first experience of feeling that sense of freedom out in the ocean, and it was a new experience for me. I have gone to a boat before, but it's been so long since I was a kid or a teenager, but this time doing it as an adult just felt very like freeing, liberating, and I couldn't help but to feel like I probably like shed tears a couple times during the boat ride. Hi, doggy.
Later on in the evening, we went ahead and walked in the strip. We ended up eating some food and had a couple drinks.
They were like in the really cold waters.
I also made little friends. Surprisingly, there was a pool, and you could have just swum in it, and it was awesome. I was swimming in that pool for so long. The next morning arrives. We have to leave because we were only here for about a couple of days, day and a half, I mean, and now we're off to the city once more.
It was really relaxing here. I absolutely loved every minute of it. I definitely was in my mermaid energy here. If you guys don't know, like, I am obsessed with the ocean, and I love like ocean waters, and as well as swimming and just being in tropical spaces. Overall, I love nature in general, and it was just, I find the water really refreshing and grounding. It was just an overall experience full of serenity. I am a little bit like kind of being a bit harsh on myself right now because I do have like my skincare. I'm not on my regular skincare routine, so my skin feels like burnt, and it just feels like I'm really red here. So it's definitely like making me feel very insecure, but overall and all, I really do plan on coming back here, and if not, definitely planning another trip to go to like another tropical space. It just feels very freeing and open as well. And I mean, I saw bottlenose dolphin. I saw two species of dolphins. I saw a humpback whale. It was a once in a lifetime experience for me, and just being around animals and nature it's a very grounding setting for me, especially from somebody who's very highly sensitive and is an empath. And now that I've come to realize that, I have basically am taking care of more of myself and being more disciplined, and especially like the people around me. And if like and as opposed to back home, it's just it could be very negative, and it's not necessarily like my family anymore. It just could be very negative and exhausting, especially like at work. And I'm starting to reevaluate like what I want to do in my life, especially in my daytime job. And I'm just realizing 9 to 5 is just not for me. I'm not suited to be in the office. I am meant to be a a very free-spirited person, and I'm finally feeling, at turning 33, I am feeling that that's where I should be, because I feel more happy and more stimulated when I'm meeting new people, when I'm having new experiences, when I'm able to just rediscover information, whether if it's discovering a new plant, seeing a plant. I saw cactus in the wild for the first time that you normally see like in the films, and because California doesn't have those, they have the ones in Joshua Tree. I don't know exactly the name of it, but you know, or like animals too. And it was just like just being around animals was just such a wholesome experience, and it was very touching for me, especially like these past couple of days. I've been having very bouts of depression, and not days, just actually like months of it. And I think it probably had to, the fire was like a big, the LA fires were significantly brought my whole PTSD symptoms back up in my life, and I just don't feel the necessity to be in that headspace anymore. I am excited though to see the rain, and also like, you know, have it be cold in winter and stuff like that. So it's just like, also not having a car just put me a lot in a deeper perspective within myself, because I use my car as a prompt to escapism. I'm always going out, but just being home was really has been a very introspective journey. And even though I wasn't technically moving, I was like moving physically, but mentally I have been, and despite having depressive episodes. So yeah, and I'm in my own timeline, and I'm okay with that. Like, fuck the rules, fuck society. Like, I'm in my own I'm in my own timeline, and I'm gonna attract what I'm gonna attract. And I really felt like this whole trip was a very spiritual, it definitely cleansed my spiritual hygiene, and I just feel a lot more grounded. I don't even feel like I normally speak loud, but here I feel I could speak softer, I could speak slower, and I just don't have I don't have like anxiety as much, and I feel very serene. That's the best way I could describe it. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the city, so and we're gonna check out right now, and I'm gonna have to say goodbye. Morning everyone, this is our last full day here in Oaxaca. It is also one of the people who I traveled with. It's one of their birthdays, so they're in Aquarius too. It definitely was an Aquarius trip. I woke up pretty late, but I slept so good. I did wake up so bloated, so I feel like really heavy, and I hate it how I feel. So today I'm gonna just try to eat very light as possible, and probably have like one of their entrees that is really good. It's a tlayuda. Yeah, I'm gonna try to eat as light as possible, but probably have one Oaxacan entree, so I could like enjoy it one last time while being here. The food is so delicious. As soon as we get back to the Airbnb, we are gonna go ahead and pack and then sleep. And then as soon as we wake up, we're gonna wake up around like, I think like 6 a.m. or 7. And that's really early for me. I'm not really a morning person. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pack tonight and then get ready just to be on the go to travel back to California.
Our last and final night in the city, we went to a goth bar, which I did not expect. It is called the Haxon Bar. So if you're ever in Oaxaca, you have to go check out Haxon Bar. They play a mixture of goth and industrial, as well as new music along with old school goth. So I definitely suggest you check it out if you can. They had an amazing artwork on upstairs.
right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.